Okay, today we're going to have a look at some of the simple rules that can help you draw a face. We're going to think first about a face that's looking straight at us. So I'm going to imagine somebody's whole head, and using my little spider lines, I'm just going to tickle out a head shape. Now if you look carefully at the people around you, everybody has a different shaped head and face. When we draw the face, we do tend to draw the whole head. So as you can see, I'm not counting all the lines, I'm just letting all my little lines join together to make a nice faint outline. Now then, we're going to keep working lightly so that we can plan out the areas of our face properly. So if this is somebody's chin and this is the very top of their head, if you move your fingers together and find halfway and draw a very light line across there, that should be about how high up people's eyes are. Then if you put your finger on the chin and on that line you've just done and found the halfway point again and draw another little line, that should be just the bottom of your nose. One more, finger on the bottom of the nose, finger on the chin, move your fingers together and another little line. That should be the centre of your mouth. And I think you can see already that that's starting to look more like a natural face. Quite often I'm going to do, not a bad drawing, I'm going to draw a face as lots of people would draw it. A little one here. We tend to put our eyes up here, and then our nose, and then our mouth. But you're going to look really carefully this time. So now I've got those guidelines to help me, I can start putting in some of our features, and I'm just going to give you a few little tips to start with. So for your eyes, so imagine the pupils are going to be where my fingernails are there, and the pupils are the round bit in the centre of your eyes. So I'm going to just draw those in very, very lightly. And then your eyeball is much, much bigger than them, but they're a sort of oval shape, aren't they? Like this. And actually, if you really look, some people's eyelids cover up their pupil. So can you see how I've made like a sort of curved diamond to make that eye? I'm going to do the same again here. And those circles were right on that halfway line, halfway up my head. Now when you're drawing your people, you'll need to look really carefully, because every single person is different. So you might notice that they've got really thin eyes or really big eyes, and you can change the shape of them to match. You can see I've looked and seen where there's some shadow, and I'm starting to make those darker areas just a little bit darker. You can really, really look at your person's eyes and use all those tones of pencils we've talked about to start making them look more real. We don't have eyelashes like that either. If you look at people's eyelashes, they tend to sweep off at the side like that and give a little bit of shadow. Now, on our bad drawing, or our not so good drawing, lots of you try and give our noses an outline. And if you look at your friends and the people in your classroom, we don't have a line around our nose. The most prominent line, the easiest line to see, is the tip of your nose. And you can put that just there. Again, some people have a big wide tip, some people have a little tip. And then almost like a little curve, you can put the little nostrils in at the edge, and even the little side bits of people's noses. And sometimes that might just be enough to show where somebody's nose is. You don't need to draw all the way around it. You can even add a bit of shadow for that little bit that's between there, or even a little bit of shadow here to show that their face is a little bit rounder. Okay? And the last feature, can't resist adding a bit more to the eyes, look. The last feature I'm going to give you a bit of a tip on is the mouth. Again, unless you've got really, really strong lipstick on, which I shouldn't think at school, your lips don't have an outline. They blend into your skin. The darkest part and the easiest part to see is the line where your lips meet. And if you can put that in, you get people's smile. They might have it slightly open, and it starts to look much more like a face already. You might want to just add a little line under their lip and give them their chin, or that little pointy bit at the top, and sometimes at the edge. But actually, you don't need to draw around people's mouths to make them look like a mouth. Okay? So at the moment our face is all at the bottom part of our head, which is the right proportions, the right way for our face to be. So what do you think should be up here? On our head over here, quite often I see children and adults and all the people in between drawing people's hair like this on the outside of their head. Your hair comes over your forehead and right down like this. So have a careful look. It takes up a good part of your head. Have a good look at the person you're drawing, just to see where their hair might come. Some people will have long hair, won't they? And it'll go down the side of their face. Some people you'll be able to see their ears. Ears are level with your eyes, look. Some people might have short hair, and if your hair's really thick, it may stand up even more. You don't need to draw every line. Just again, imagine you're drawing the darkest lines in somebody's hair. Okay? So hopefully that's given you some clues of how to put a face together that looks a bit more like this and a bit less like that. I'm going to add a few more features for you to watch, like the sides of the nose, add some shading and eyebrows. Okay? But I'm going to speed that bit up. Have fun!